in those comments from President Trump overnight about the negotiations for the North Korean summit, you may have noticed he was sitting next to someone. That man right there, his name is Josh Holt, and he was at the White House late on a Saturday night under some dramatic circumstances.
Holt had just been released from a prison in Venezuela where he'd been held for 2 years overnight. He was reunited with his family at the White House, and ABC's Tara Palmieri is covering that story from the North Lawn. Tara, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. It was a joyous reunion at the White House. The president admitted it was a tough situation, but a White House official tells us that nothing was offered to Venezuela in exchange for Holt's release. Overnight, a warm homecoming for American detainee Josh Holt celebrated at the White House. Holt recalling the agony after spending 2 years in a Venezuelan prison known as the Dungeon.
I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. They were very difficult 2 years. Not really the great vacation that I was looking for.
The 26-year-old Mormon in prison shortly after marrying a Venezuelan woman he met online. Venezuelan police arresting him on charges of terrorism, U.S.-linked espionage, and illegal possession of weapons, including a rifle and grenades. The U.S. government, however, contending these charges were inflated. Holt saying he endured inhumane conditions without trial.
Almost 2 years, Josh. And, amazing that you were able to take it. You've gone through a lot, more than most people could endure.
Shortly after touching down on American soil with his Venezuelan wife and her daughter, an emotional reunion with his mother.
I just want to say thank you to you personally.
Senators Bob Corker and Orrin Hatch working diplomatic channels since Holt's arrest in June 2016. Finally striking a deal with Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro for his freedom.
We could almost write a book about just the last 48 hours.
It was just days ago, during a riot at the prison, Holt secretly filmed this video, begging for his release.
I need help. The people have taken the entire prison. They're outside. They're trying to break in. They're saying that they want to kill me.
The U.S. relationship with Venezuela has been poor. The White House referred to Maduro's last re-election as a sham, and the people of Venezuela are living without food and medicine. But the U.S. just imposed more sanctions this past week, and the White House says they will stay in place. Dan, Paula?
It's amazing they were able to get him out in this context. Tara, thank you so much. So many political issues to talk about on this Sunday morning. So let's bring in ABC's Martha Raddatz, who's in Washington, where she's going to be hosting This Week later this morning. Martha, good morning to you. So this is the second time in a few weeks we've seen Donald Trump next to Americans who've just been released from captivity overseas. Before this, it was the Americans who were freed from North Korea. How much of a boost did these stories give to the president?
Well, I think you just saw it there in Tara's report. Extraordinary. They're very thankful to the president. They say it again and again. Donald Trump trumpets all of these releases. It's very unusual, of course, for someone to be released and go straight to the White House for a photo opportunity. So I would say it's pretty obvious it does give him a boost. I'm not sure many Americans knew about Joshua Holt and that he was held in Venezuela, but we're always happy when American prisoners are released. All of us are.
Yeah, Martha, I want to loop back to North Korea. As Bob Woodruff just reported, Kim Jong-un is now saying that he will denuclearize the peninsula, but he wants some security guarantees if they do, including the survival of his regime. So how does America go about proceeding?
Well, I think those will be negotiating issues if this summit does go ahead as originally planned. Kim is very worried about what the U.S. will do. He's obviously watching what happened in Libya to Muammar Gaddafi, and that's what all this controversy was about in the past week or so. He was worried about that. Will he be killed by his own people eventually? And that's the kind of security guarantee he wants. How do we do that? You've heard President Trump say, you're safe, you will have security, but those are the real details they will be trying to work out if this summit goes ahead.
Yeah, that Gaddafi example is tough for the North Koreans. He gave up his nukes and then was killed by his own people, as Martha mentioned. Martha, thank you very much. And I want to remind everybody, Martha has a big show this morning. She'll have much more on the North Korean summit with Republican Senator Marco Rubio and the former director of the CIA, Michael Hayden.
Plus, the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Adam Schiff, responding to the president's claim of an FBI spy in the Trump camp. That's coming up on This Week right here on ABC with Martha.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.